Hello folks, so today I'm going to be showing you just how to remove a lot of this unnecessary heater stuff from the front of your bus. I personally have a Ford Carpenter bus, but this is the same general process for Thomas's and other things, anything that has a heater core and fans here. So a lot of times when we do these conversions, obviously we add our own AC system, so a lot of this is just wasted space. Normally there will be a panel over this and some vents. All you have to do is take out the screws to take that initial panel off. As you can see, I have it right there outside the bus. And then once you have the panel off, you can get a good inside view. Definitely check all the corners and stuff. I found a lot of tools and stuff hidden in there, so you might find some good goodies from the previous owner. Once you have that done, the next step is going to be to delete the heater core. So there's two hoses on the back. This process applies to all diesel or gas engines. As far as I know, there is not a diesel or gas engine that has a heater core that is a system more complicated than this. So what you're going to want to do is loosen up the connectors. So loosen up that one. I still have to loosen up that one. And then once you have those loose, come outside the bus to your popped hood. And as you can see, those two lines simply come here. One goes to a pipe which connects to the bottom radiator hose. And then the other one goes up there to the top to somewhere else. So all we're going to be doing is deleting one of these lines and looping it. So we're going to take this line that attaches here and either running this line to there or taking that line and running it to there, completely deleting the need for these holes, everything in there and all that. If you live in an extremely cold place and do not have central air or any type of heating or air conditioning in your bus, I would not suggest doing this. This is also not good if you have overheating problems and need your heater core to cool your engine down. Again, if you have a gas engine, the heater core is a little bit more necessary than on a diesel, but it's still not needed. It is, again, just for heating up the inside of the vehicle. However, when you have overheating issues, some people do use it as a tool to heat the cool the car down quicker. So just depends on the condition of your car, how it runs, and if you need it or not. If your car runs good or your bus runs good, you will not need it. So we're gonna go ahead and cut all this silicone shit off. Oh, this razor blade is old and crusty and not sharp anymore. Can't even see, damn. It's hard to film with one hand and pay attention. So just take all the silicone shit off. Once you have all the silicone off, we're gonna pull the hoses through. Now, your bus may have hoses that are really old. I haven't checked the condition of mine yet, so I don't know if I have to replace them yet. But they may crack and break. If they do, any radiator hose that's long enough will work. You don't have to get any special kind or anything like that. If anyone tells you you do, they're lying. So you may have to just replace the hose entirely, but it should only cost you 10 to 20 bucks, maybe, probably less. Especially if you're looping it, you'll need a much less length-sized hose, as these are very long and much longer than we'll need for looping it. All right, I'm gonna set the camera down a little bit and finish razor blading this off. All right, so that was taking too long, so I found a much easier solution. I just cut them. So I basically took some grippers. These are strippers, but I would recommend grippers, pliers, dikes, whatever your country calls them. I call them grippers. You can grab the edge of this metal here, and then you lift forward to get that little lip. You see how there's that little lip? Watch, I'll show you. It sneaks up under there. So if you see this little lip here, and I keep pulling it, you'll see it'll come out from under the tube. See that? See how there's a lip there? So you just want to unravel it till you have enough to basically cut comfortably. And then once you have enough like that, let's say that was enough, you would just take your razor blade and make as clean of a cut as possible. It is extremely important that on any cooling accessories that your cuts on your tubes are very clean. Yes, the clamp does go before the cuts, and people will tell you, oh, if it's shorter here and longer here, it doesn't matter. It absolutely matters. The way rubber works is if you push on this, it'll contract everything around it. If you have even contraction around this but different length tubing at the bottom, you will get different contraction around where the actual piece that holds on to. So that is something I've learned from old hot rodders. It's something I've experienced myself on cars, and I'm put the same logic to buses as well. So that's now looped, just goes straight up to there. I'm going to start it and make sure nothing's leaking. That tensioner, that's bouncy. I don't know if that tensioner is supposed to bounce like that. I'm gonna have to send a video of that to someone who is more knowledgeable than I. That's another thing people need to learn how to do, is understand what they don't know. Know what you don't know. Something very important that I was taught. Never be afraid to say, I don't know, but also never be afraid to say that you're also willing to learn. So any opportunity where you don't know something is an opportunity to learn something. So, to give you the overview, if you want to delete the interior heater and heater core, all of this shit, your best bet is to cut the tube to length and just loop it, or alternatively, undo it from the back of the heater core. It has the same fittings as that. So just a normal Phillips will work. You can pull that through and then loop it to there, or cut it and loop it to there, whichever you prefer. Some models may have really short tubing, so, excuse me. Some models may have really short tubing, so you may have to pull it from the heater core, but otherwise this should be good to go now. So I'm gonna work on getting rid of all this shit and pulling all that out. So now that you got that out, I already kind of started doing it, but you literally just pull this out. Oh, it's hard to do one-handed. Let's see if I can do this on video. Oh, there we go. So just pull that out. There is going to be liquid inside there, so be careful. Try not to get it anywhere. I have dogs, so I have to be a little extra careful. Coolant is deadly in the smallest amounts to animals. If you have an animal, absolutely do not ever let them near coolant. Now for the wires, these are slightly modified from factory, so these probably will look different than yours. I can already tell someone fucked with them. But if you're never going to use these fans again, you can just cut and cap off the wires and label them to what switches they go to, because obviously there's switches that give 12-volt power to this. You can use them for lights or something like that in the future. I'll probably cap them off and use them for a strip light or something right here. But for now, I'm just going to pull these out, hopefully without getting too much liquid. Oh, please don't leak. 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 Ugh. Okay. I'm going to try and angle this way, so if it does leak, it's at least out the door. Coolant's not great on paint either. It won't fuck it up completely, but it will leave streaks. Alright, I think this can just get pulled out or cut. Alright, I'm gonna cut that real quick with the razor blade, so I'll be right back. Alright, as you can see, I cut it and yanked it out. Took more than just a razor blade, as there is a thin wire in here, so you will need some strippers or cutters. Whoever owned it before me had modified this, because I don't think this is factory. I could be wrong, but it came with just plug-ins, so that's easy to disassemble. Yank that out. Now outside, got the tubes moved as well. They're right there. So now all this is going to go in the trash, and then that's it. That's how you loop and remove the heater core on a Ford Carpenter Cummins 5.9 12 valve, whatever. So once it's nice and sweeped out, this is what it looks like. The previous owner didn't put wood here. It's still the original like vinyl shit. But yeah, it gives you quite a big extra boost in space. You could take off the insulation and shit if you want, make a little more space. You know, that holds up the mount for the hood and stuff, I believe, or something like that. But definitely space to work with here now. I could hang keys and shit there, put shoes and stuff here, maybe have a dog bed or something for the dogs. Definitely happy that I got that out of the way. So next step will be to do that, but that will probably be another video. So thanks very much, guys. Like and subscribe and keep up with me for more bus content.